Hey, very good morning to you all. My name is Daddy Chris, and this is the African Renaissance Television. I'm reaching you here from London. It's a wonderful day. I'm getting excited because things are getting better. I'm beginning to see become of hope in Nigeria. I don't know if it's just only me. I know for those of you on ground, there are a lot of things that are a little bit difficult. Yes, for Jesus Christ to give us salvation, he has to share his blood for us. Maybe there's need for us to make more sacrifices. I know you guys have made a lot, but let us see where the country is taking us to. Before we do that, let's do that quickly this morning. Let's quickly add Abuja and Asaba. I know sometimes I can't see them because of my network, but I did.
Good morning.
Morning.
Good morning, London.
Yeah, good morning.
Morning.
Good morning, Chris.
Auntie them and the engineer. A very good morning to you guys all. Yes, today, I said we need to let's see whether we can seal the topic of the week, and tomorrow we can take overview of all we have discussed. We've not done justice to the taxation as a topic, so I say let us revisit it today. And I'm gonna look at it a little bit differently. Don't forget, I wanted to talk about it more positively. It led me into taxation and tithe, and I was very unhappy with the way because tithe is always not going to be what we want to hear. But taxation and tithe are two similar things. Why you pay? You see, God is government. God, GG, tax, tithe tax. So take a look at it that way. The government will expect you to pay tax. The God will expect you to pay tithe to his church. Let's assume what is the essence of it? That we say it should not pay tithe. It's not always true that it's wrong to pay tithe. But who are you paying tithe to? A lot of Nigerians are currently unhappy with the way taxpayers' money are being used. The same way we expect you in church to be unhappy the way your tithe money is being used. And I've said that again and again. I don't mind paying tithe in church if and only if the money is used for the collective welfare of the people. You see, taxation is the primary mechanism for government to raise revenue and fund public services. That's a very good one. It's the same way in churches. Tithe is the primary mechanism for churches to raise revenue and fund public services. When I say public, I mean fund your members. We don't pay tithe to Tinubu to keep in his pocket. The money, the tax we pay is not for Tinubu, it's for Nigeria. Let our tithe be for the church. The reason I say this, I know more of you are going to bring. Do you know that among the 10 richest churches in the world, no Nigerian church is there? But among the 10 richest pastors in the world, 3 of them are there. You are not for the money. I don't know. And we're not going to look at that negative side of taxation today. But perhaps I come with another good news and a more subtle one to talk about what this taxation means and the reason why we should continue to pay tax. Again, anytime I try to talk about this topic, something takes me away. As I'm here now, a very interesting part of this issue is dragging me away again, and I'm going to try not to face that temptation. I want to look at taxation as a mechanism for raising money for public services. There's no way government can survive if we don't pay tax. And let me tell you this. The truth is the amount of tax we pay in Nigeria is rubbish. Let me give you the statistics. In the United Kingdom, I always try to compare. The government of the United Kingdom raised 1.1 trillion pounds. Not billion, trillion pounds in the year 2024-2025. Now, Nigeria own is very unclear, but let me give you what Nigeria did. According to FIRS, you guys know that one better than me. The tax we got is 12.374 trillion naira. When you say trillion, so it is a better money. Let me tell you, there is an approximate of 10 billion pounds. That's what a country of about 400 million people raise. We are only 80 million here. We are able to raise 1 trillion. 1 trillion. It's not funny. The question is why. I know a lot of people are not happy to talk about why we are paying, why we should pay tax. I could even say that to Mary, and I'm still finding it difficult to sell it on this platform. But a lot of things still go wrong. And that is what Tinubu is trying. And perhaps I'm going to look at Tinubu today more in why the country is a little bit too. They said something that maybe we should give him some benefit of that. I'm talking of areas of raising income from tax. So I know this one. The only place where me and Tinubu never agree is you don't collect tax. After collecting the tax, then what? Let's let Tinubu fail me. Personally, I don't know about others. If not, trying to collect tax and do this reform is more than necessary. There is need to remove subsidy. He has done so. Now, there is need for the redistribution of our VAT. Now, I want you guys to be very attentive when we look at this today. The current formula for sharing VAT, that is the amount of money we collect. 50% go to the federal government, 35% go to the 36 states, and 50 go to the local government. And whether local government they get 15%. I'm not going to leave me. So on the number, so federal government get 50, state get 50 because the 50% of local government goes to the state. You see how these guys are raising shoulders with the state, with the federal government. The state governors are bloody rich. We'll come to that another day. But let me say this. Evelyn, I don't know. It's Mary on the platform. I don't know who is even with me on the platform because I can't see you guys.
Mary is not here. Yes, I can hear you. I'm here with engineer. Mary is not here.
Okay.
I think her network, but she'll be back.
You see, I want us to take a look at this struggle and look at what Tinubu tried to do. Now, I'm against Tinubu for what he used our money for. But let's talk about how he's trying to raise money first. If we need money if we want to pay more taxes now, buy our fuel, by not giving us subsidy, we are surviving. The money is not going to the federal government. That's a good one. Now, another thing that discourages people, even the state, from trying to raise money is the way the money is being shared. And this is why it was not even Tinubu that started this. It was Wike, the Rivers State government, that first took the federal government to court. I think this is 2021. Who was the governor of Rivers State then? Do you guys remember? Who was governor of Rivers State as of 2021? Was it not Wike?
2021, yeah, it should be.
Should be
Yes.
Wike now.
Yeah, it's UK.
So it was the Wike government that took the federal government to court, arguing that the state should be allowed to collect their own tax. And if there's anything to remit to federal government, they should do so. Because as it is, all the tax collected goes to the federal government. Then the federal government share it to the state. And I'm going to tell you the formula they used to share it. And which is really what Tinubu is trying to. You see why some of the states are angry. You will be shocked. Now, since I just can get to the statistics so that it becomes easier for me to state this clearly. Anyway, as it is, you find that if the state that is we share this money on a percentage. Let me say this. Let me put it this way. A state with large population but low economic output receive a larger share. Do you understand this? Now, to understand this more, you see states like Lagos, Rivers, Kano, Ogun, and the Federal Capital Territory. They generate a lot of money from tax, but they get a small percentage. Because the government used 3 principles to do it. They said the population of the area is 1. So like Kano that have about 15 million people, they will automatically, because of their population, get more advantage than the other. Then the other thing is equity. They say it should be shared equally. And see, all those things. But so you don't generate, it's not how you generate that you get back. You get back based on your population on other two stupid principles. Now, this state, Lagos State, is saying, I'm generating close to 1 trillion of the tax money. I should get more. If that's not the case, let me collect my tax and pay a little bit to the federal government. This is where the argument is. And I think that's a constitutional matter. And that is a matter that we can discuss as a people. Do you agree or you don't agree? That's a question. Maybe we should start from there. Do you think say that generate more money should get more, or it should be shared so that there will be peace and harmony in the country? Don't forget, if you give them more, some states going to start, because some states are not really very, they don't make a lot. They don't make good money. They're not making money. You understand? You see, let me tell you.
The question is why are they not making money?
That's a good question. That's a question for another day. You see, the 35% that goes to the state is not shared based on the VAT you generate. Instead, it was shared on derivation principle, which favors populated very big size, state size, and the quality of state. They just believe that every state is equal. That's one. And number two, the population of the state. So, and you see why people want to have more state. I want a state today. I want to robo state. Not because of what the robo state is going to generate. Because when I have robo state, I'm going to get a share of this 35%. Whether Lagos State generates it or not, whether Rivers State generates it or not, we are all states. We are all states in the Federal Capital Territory of Nigeria. Is that fair? So that is the question of the day. I don't know about you, but that is the question Tinubu tried to. And I want to make it clear. It was not Tinubu that started it. It was the wicked government that first took the federal government to court to argue this. All right? And when the matter was in court, Lagos State quickly joined. That what the River State government is saying is true. Now, a judgment was passed in favor of the state. Let's get it clear. The case was then later appealed because at that time, Wike and the Lagos State, they won the case in court. Wike won it in court. Then put it Wike. River State won in court. And then federal government then appeal it. As we speak, the matter is with the Supreme Court of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. If the Supreme Court uphold the decision of the court, of the lower court, it will be automatic. The money will not, state will then be allowed to generate will collect their own taxes. The federal government will now have no choice but to accept what is being sent to them. And this story of distribution, whether I make money or not, I will get, it will not happen. This is what they cannot stand. Some states are not ready to deal with this. My question again and again is, who is going to carry your mess if you refuse to contribute?
Exactly the question I also asked.
Yes.
Because I feel a state that is making more should get more percentage. Monkey no go dey walk way babugo dey chop. So they should put in more efforts.
Yes.
And a way to generate their own revenue. You can't just it's because you make them feel like lazy. You can't sit back and just wait for other states to generate and then you wait for percentage or you want higher percentage. So I will support Wike in that.
And this is what Tinubu reform. Tinubu is saying, rather than the percentage we used to share before, that 35%, it shouldn't be done on derivation principle. It should not be done on the amount you generate. Do you understand? If you generate more, you get more. If you generate less, you get less. That's why some people they cheat for Yansho. That's why some of the states are very, very upset.
Well, quite unfortunate that things are. First and foremost, we should understand something. It's majority of the southern states that we are generating and even went to court on that matter, and so many of the South states, Akwa Ibom and all that. Now, the case is in the Supreme Court, but we need to understand some dynamics. The truth is, there was a flaw in that constitution relating to the derivation formula, the sharing formula of the federal government. It was faulty from the one. If you recall that, okay, prior to the constitutional reforms during the agricultural boom, when we had regions, it was the regions that were paying to the center. And it made the regions more economically viable, more democratically viable, and they had the capacity to have an economic base without the dependence on the center. The regions were thriving until we left that system, went to, in 1976, they made 12 states, from there to 19 states, and they started this formula of sharing. Now, where is the problem? How can you, and that's why you see there is a proliferation of local government areas in a lot of northern states, that when they come into power, majority of things that have done, look at Kano State, over 50 local, some local government areas, how many buildings did they have in some northern states? It's not about, and because of our statistics, we have a fault in census statistics. There's a lot of issue arising from the census, that the last census we did, I can't remember, 91 or so, and subsequent census. That's why you see there have been issues with counting of Nigerians. We've had issues, executive issues on taking decisions on that. Now, the southern states that produce these things that we should look at, if you densely populated, look at Lagos State. You said, like, which is true, they generate over 1 trillion. And all the other southern states, Delta State inclusive, and you give them peanuts because of the population. But how true is this population? How true is the population of this and distribution of people in the 36 states and the federation? Not when they want to do census, we import people from outside the country to fill up some areas, we count them and join. It is not something that is that will bring equitable. That's why there's so much anger. And like, look at what Tinubu. Do you know something I like about Tinubu? Is following a trajectory. It's fond of, it will test the water first. Test the water to see the reaction. A lot of people are not happy with this, and that was what happened to the 2014 Jonathan confab that was not assented by the Buhari administration. They were not happy because of this postulation relating to states will not get derivation according to revenue generated. If they do it like that, it will make the other states more hardworking. That is what they are not seeing it from the economic perspective because of laziness. If they do it like it will help Nigeria's economic growth. Our GDP will grow. Those other states will now look at how they can help generate funds from within. You will look at your natural resource, you look at your agricultural prowess, and you'll be able to develop on that. We'll now start seeing the granite pyramids will come back. Look at a lot of the north, a lot of deposits of gold. They are being done illegally, they are being explored illegally, people killing themselves and all that. The government will now have a template for solid mineral resources. They will now put a template. The minerals will now be explored in line with international best practices, like the way we have refineries refining oil. But they are running away from meat because of laziness. Now, you go to the north, the Sharia law does not allow us to bring alcohol there. If you know the amount of alcohol that is destroyed, billions of naira worth of alcohol, but you take revenue from the same alcohol, tax that is paid from the same alcohol will be shared to you, and you have more numerical strength, it will be shared to you. So it is not equitable. For me, I think what the Tinubu administration is doing in relation to what we are seeing right now is development in the right direction. And we are looking at projecting the country towards financial independence, to be able to propagate the vision we have for Nigeria, the vision of a true egalitarian society where there will be distribution of wealth, where there will be equity where grievances will reduce. There need to be economic empowerment by the state self. They need to produce more. This is a very, this thing has been on, but finally, there's going to be a caveat. There's going to be a problem, and I'm going to tell you where the problem is going to come from. Now, the case is in the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court are not completely independent. And there's sure going to be the biggest problem we have in Nigeria is manipulation of policy implementation. They manipulate policy implementation. This is a good policy. The Supreme Court now is going to be, this is going to be a great test for them to be able, want to see the integrity of the Supreme Court on this matter. Because that is why you see the Senate clients, states are independent. You have Nevada State Supreme Court, Los Angeles Supreme Court, New York Supreme Court, and all that. What am I trying to say? The states can be independent, have their own police, be able to fund their police. If their revenues are received by them, then they pay to the center. That time, Nigeria will take good.
Yeah, I agree with you. I agree with you because, like you said, it is going to make other states lazy. So when they bring this on, it's actually going to help other states to sit up. If they have not been working hard to create their own revenue, they will start because they are depending on themselves at that moment. So I feel it will take laziness out of so many states.
Yes.
They will want to sit up. They will want to work harder to generate their own revenue. Because you cannot
Yes. The
stand and
question,
be
man, the question, Evelyn, you know why this is a very tough issue? It is still a tough issue right now because all we are thinking is money from taxation and money from oil.
That's all.
Yes.
Otherwise, the federal government is not collecting the money the states are generating. Let's say, for instance, if a state goes into a business, I think the federal government will be there to go and collect that money from them and say you must bring it to the federal, so we'll share it for you. That's not the case. I don't know whether I'm making point. You see, today, the only money we are talking about today is the money from taxation and money from that's revenue collections and money from the oil. So this is the money. That's why those of us in the South we are crying. But I don't think I want to look at it from that divided angle. I wanted us to look at it more clearly. As it is now, if Delta States used to have a company, would they pay the money to federal government and federal government share for them? Have you heard that? I don't think so. It's only big institutions. Let's say, for instance, there are some things they say you pay to the federal government, you pay through FIRS. There are some specific areas where those money goes, and it's not even enough. That's what I want to talk about again and again. That the money we are generating is not enough.
Yes.
I was on this show with my colleague one time, and we talk about inheritance tax. That even when you die in the UK, your asset is taxed. 40% of it goes to the government. Your children don't even get 40, don't get even 60. So if I have a lot of money today, if I die, like Dangote now, the day Dangote will leave, 40% of it will be for us. Do you understand that? That is how society runs. But we're looking at, I only want to talk about the taxation today. Frankly, what we're doing first is not enough. And this sharing formula discourages us all the more. But you know, what I'm disappointed a little bit is this Lagos that is going over 1 point something trillion that they're making. But Lagos could have made it. If Lagos want to work, Lagos economy can generate over 100 trillion. On a joke, they won't even think about it. So while we are crying about this one, let us put in mind that is not our major problem. But that's not to say this does not need to be fixed. Tinubu is trying to do that. Are we even giving him the support? That is the question. Now, why I brought this matter is, it was not even Tinubu that started it. The states are already crying for it. The ones that are not benefiting much are already on the cry. Hey, we want this, we want that, we want more of what we give out. When Lagos State begin to talk, I know they said it has a lot of pressure on their infrastructure. I agree. But Lagos, it was Nigerian government that built the seaport. We built a lot of things in Lagos when Lagos was the capital territory. Now it is now yours. Give more back to us now. Anyway, that's a discussion for another day because the debate is going to be technical. Where we are is Tinubu is trying to say, okay, the more that come from your state, the more you're going to get. Delta State does not generate much. Let me say that. Go and look at the statistics. Don't when
that's true.
They are not generating.
But that is very true. That's very true. We are not generating anything besides oil. That's all.
Oil is what. So and that is where the 30% reservation is there already. So every state we have reason to agitate. Because when Delta State was, because we are making a lot, we are contributing a lot from oil, we said they should give 10% reservation. We are actually asking for 25%. So if Lagos State is making a lot of contribution through tax and all that, they have right to say, hey, we want more. The winner here is going to be Rivers State, really. Because Rivers is generating oil and they're generating a lot from this tax. So Rivers is in a very unique position to benefit from this. Perhaps Rivers should be shouting because Rivers contribute a lot from oil. They're contributing a lot now from this taxation. That is the only the only state I want to pick up here that will win more. Lagos, you're still getting a lot of money from oil that you didn't even work for. You don't have oil. So in this country like this, there is need for us to sit down and be brothers and be sisters while we're encouraging every one of us to go to work. There are some states that are not viable. Maybe like Ebony said, what makes you not viable is a debate for another day. You know, if you choose to work, you make money in your state, but you guys are not working. So that brings the question to the what we'll be discussing. Perhaps while Tinubu is fighting to collect the money, our question will be a call on Tinubu to invest the money, not to just share it. You see, this is the problem. Money comes to federal government. What do? They share it. So, I don't get enough. So you can imagine these guys, they sit on their fat ass every month and now you don't know braca. And we're talking of some serious amount of money. Just for being a state. Why am I not going to fight to get my own state? If that is the case, why will not fight to have a state? But if the burden is on the state to make money and pay back, this one at the top, nobody for the fight for state. State for the merge. State will be fighting to let us be one. What are you fighting for, Nigeria? That is the question. Well, Tinubu has brought something that we all need to think about. The question is, where do we go from here? Do we support Tinubu in his fight to redistribute this VAT money so that it's not shared on just derivation, that it should be based on how much you bring, that's what you get, not just population. Because they use population derivation and that it's not going to work. Some states have some huge population, which engineer is trying to analyze now, that some of these population are actually faulty. I don't want to speculate. But again, we do know that if they want to correct that, let them do another census. That should not be a reason for us not to move forward. And sometimes you just pass judgment on the Supreme Court. They've never done anything wrong. You're saying that we know that the court. We don't know. Let them come up with a judgment. If they are unhappy, we contest it. We contest the result. You know, however, without faith, we can't do anything. We still have to have faith.
However, moving forward, I think the government should make the states realize the importance of what the relevant. Do you know we have 53 natural resources in this country, and it is well distributed along so many states. the likes of iron ore, you have granite. Our rocks are not just rocks for us not to explore. You have bauxite, you have so many. Now, if each state decides to look inwards, even in Delta State that decrease, we have large deposits of coal in the Boba, close to Bongpa. When I went there, the company made me understand that was where they first went to, that the communal fight drove them away. That's when they relocated to Enugu. And Enugu became Coal City. That was pre-independence. A new company is exploring there now. And the Delta State government has not even partnered with that company. So I'm of the opinion, what Mr. President is doing is in line with economic emancipation of this country. But you see, we need to follow it holistically so that, fences, we mend fences, we build bridges, and everybody will be happy at the end. Ignorance plays a very vital factor in what is happening now.
No, engineer, the narrative, if we continue with the argument that, because I'm generating more, I want more, it may not go well with everybody. But this is the language I will say. Let us, all of us, go to work. You will only get money from the federal government based on what you want to do with the money. You're not going to get it because you have plenty. No.
Yes.
Now, if there is a context that any business I want to do, the federal government will fund with me, then you will see that people will start to work. You see, there's a way. They say, my people, I don't use that word, maybe you understand? There's always a way into things. If you must find a way to communicate it. Now you know what you want to get. You want the country to be viable, to everybody to make money, so that there will be no cheating. Okay, if this is what I get, I'm the federal government. I will not share money every month because you have so number of people, or because you are the one generating. Based on what you want to do, I will fund it with you. So you have the federal government and the state having a partnership, even federal government, local government partnership. Show me your business and we do it together. We share profit together. In that way, everybody will go to work. I can tell you, Oborumori knows the money is coming at the end of the month. He knows. This way, why would he bother? Why will not spend the one he has now and wait for the one at the end of the month? If now you're not going to America. If you know money will always come.
I won't.
Everybody will. Because money is coming anyway. But if the federal government says, for you to get money, show me what you want to do so that we do it together as a business. I will fund it. Maybe it's like you tell your children. You have 20 children. Okay. You are in your different territory. I know they should give money. Anybody want to bring business idea, we'll do it together. Then we'll share profit together. That is the solution to the problem we have. Because if we say, because I generate this, I will not give the rest. The rest will say, you're not going to win the election. There's a way to
exactly, yes. That's the point. There will be so much political blackmail.
Exactly. So pass back.
It has already started.
So
blackmail has already started.
You see, it becomes a challenge to every state to look at what they can produce. I swear, if that becomes a challenge, you will see business proposals. Yes. You will see business proposals on the table of the federal government.
That's what they are failing to understand. Every state in Nigeria, they have their own strengths, but they are failing to discover what they can actually do. What they can actually produce.
How do you get it, Evelyn? How do you get it? You're not going to beat them. You're not going to force them. Because right now they are comfortable collecting money. You just need to stop this money sharing and say, hey, for you to get any money is here, we have it. But we're not going to give it to you if you're not going to have anything to do with it.
They will tell you what increase.
And we write a memorandum of understanding between me, federal government, and you. And
all of them will tell you. All what they will tell you, we want to construct this road, we want to build bridges, we want to do flyover. They will never talk about anything.
No, government will not do that. That would be federal government project, not yours. Or from the profit you make, you can do that. No, I don't care if you want to build bridges. From the profit you make, you can build your bridge. I'm
Not
not giving
from
you
their
money to build
location.
bridge. Federal government will not give you money to build your bridge. If you want to do, if you want to construct light, federal government will not give you money to do that. From your profit, you can do that. But the business I have with you is show me what you are doing so that we will do it together and we have a percentage share formula between the federal government and you. Every state now have their own destiny to fulfill. Delta State, what do you want to do? Oh, I want 2 refineries. Okay, this is it. If we do the refinery, 70% for Delta State, 30% for the federal government. We will fund it. So Delta State will do the work. Federal government will fund. Is it our money? So that way, a lot of money will coming back to the federal government to fund other states and fund other projects. Until we do that, what is going on today is a show of shame. It will never get anywhere, because if I tell Anambra now, money not they come this school. But if you come with a business plan and we see that it's going to work, we at the federal level we will fund it in partnership with you, but you will do the work. Now, 30% will come back to us of the profit at the end of the year. 70% is yours. If you want to construct road from your 70%. But I'm not giving you money to construct road. I'm not giving you money to pay your teachers. If you don't need the school, close them. Federal have schools. Take your children to federal schools. Or let private people do that. If we do that today, things will change. If not, if you then, you know what, Lagos is making more money. Let's give Lagos more money. That's what Tinubu is doing. It's not going to work. We're going to fight.
Yes,
Rivers State can go to court and win this case. It won't work.
What is the
why is Rivers concerned about court? No, in fact, I'm saying all tax should be collected by the federal government. All states, shut up. But this is the business. You see, I'm always saying that it's not the money collection that is the problem. It's what we do with it. Tinubu collected money from oil subsidy. He's not sharing it. Why share it? Tinubu should say, okay, now we have this oil subsidy. Any state that have something to do, we will fund it with you. But on a business level, Kano, what do you have? Sokoto, what do you have? You see the business plan on the table today. Every state will have a business plan. Every local government will have a business plan. And that plan is what we need to grow. How can you come to a state that have no plan to make money? No plan. What do you do with such a person?
They increase allocation. 2 states, what do they do? Ebonyi increase the salary of workers, and Ebonyi Abia yesterday increased salary of workers. No, but that increase, there's something I want to ask. Now we're talking about, we're not even looking at the federal government itself. Let's equally understand the performance index of the federal government. For us to be able to project this ideology well, the government itself has some responsibilities that it has to meet. One, our seaport. It's painful that that is only one seaport that is being utilized in this country. What's happening to Warri Port, Cocoa Port, Sapele Port, Calabar Port, Port Harcourt Port, Onitsha? Let's decentralize the Lagos port first. It's not a bad idea. It will help this state. It will help these states too if we decentralize the port. Now,
I had same thing in mind yesterday, engineer. What happened to all other seaports? Why is it looking like everything has to do with Lagos? Tomorrow they come and tell me Lagos is generating. Why would Lagos generate? Why did you not give all those other people the same opportunity?
Decentralize these ports.
Let me ask one question. One question. Abuja have international airport. Leave seaport first. Lagos have Murtala Mohammed Airport. Did they stop me from coming down at Delta at Asaba International Airport? Did the federal government say you cannot stop there? The federal government did stop you from flying straight from, you can fly to Kano straight from anywhere in the world. Did the federal government stop you from flying straight to Kano? Because we try to say that the federal government has prohibited the other seaport. You're going to make your seaport viable. Nobody's going to do it for you. Maybe if that is the business plan they have, let them bring it on board.
Now, if it is possible, if it has to be done that way, then they should give the running of the ports to the states. Those ports I mentioned are still federal ports that have been left dormant by the.
Why are you waiting for the federal government? Why can't Boriwori construct a seaport?
Why can't Boriwori construct a seaport?
We have the cocoa port. We have the supply port. Wait,
yes.
Because the one I'm familiar with, I know cocoa supply port. They are there. What stopped them from bringing them up? If you could borrow money to construct bridge, why don't you construct money to construct the port? That's going to make you money.
If they construct, you still need policy statement in relation. It's just like you saying, now we have a Asaba airport. For it to be termed,
federal government going to stop you.
Yes, that is policy. They won't allow ships to come here. I know what I'm saying. They won't. I'm telling you.
Who told you that?
You know what
you're saying. I know, engineer. Who told you that the federal government will not allow ships to come there?
They have tried it. They won't allow ships to come and bet here. They will not. I'm telling you, won't allow ships to come and bet.
Engineer, you're saying now.
The government does. I've forgotten. I'm going to read it out for you. I will bring it up tomorrow. I didn't know I'm going to get to this. The government,
whatever it is, engineer, find the law that states that you cannot bring a boat to your area. The reason I'm saying this, in those days, Hebrew, engineer, wait.
Okay.
In those days, in my village is Ogariki. Hebrew used to import fish.
Fish, yes.
Into the country. Where the shit we bet is Ogariki.
That's true.
No Lagos. And that's why we have the Dock Workers Union in Ogariki then that took some of our boys to the United States and back. We had the strongest Dock Workers Union because they were the one that would bring the fish from the ship into the land. The federal government didn't stop it. But you're telling us now that the federal government have a law that prohibits individuals from bringing boats to their places. That's why I'm confused. Because
the only boat, yes, all the ships would have been coming to Onitsha. All these people that import goods, all this on you think they're happy importing goods, then betting it in Lagos, then use
that's the truth now. That's
then containers to carry their.
If they can do it, they would have done it since.
It was another reason I was giving. They said the waters here are too shallow. Is it my responsibility to dredge it? Federal government have been procrastinating that they need to dredge.
Engineer.
Yes.
Engineer. You know, when you talk here, I bet. Maybe you two are saying things that you need to understand it first before you say it. If they say the water is too shallow, because even between Ogariki and Ogarife, the ship will not be able to get to Ogarife because the water is too shallow there. You understand? It stopped at Ogariki. I'm talking about. Is that okay? If you want to do it, you need to dredge it. Okay, federal government is not interested in doing that. Does it stop the state from doing that? Do they stop your state?
The River Niger was dredged. The River Niger was dredged, expecting that.
By who?
The River Niger was dredged. It was dredged by the government. By the government, expecting that they promised. Okay. They promised it was federal government, not Delta State government.
Okay. And what
the River Niger was dredged, expected that now the vessels will start coming to Onitsha. But till today, that has not been the case.
And
a small vessel came to Onitsha last month, and it was very euphoric in the sense that it is achievable, it's doable. But the policy makers, because of political reasons, I don't know why they don't want the ports in the south and the southeast to be functional. When Warri Port was functional at the crease, there was decentralization of the Lagos port and business was booming. More revenue was coming to the federal government. That's why I have an issue. If you go to the Lagos port now, a lot of ships are better. They have not been able to offload.
Engineer.
Yes.
You know why I'm not buying this story? You know why? Mary, let me ask you people now. I want to throw that question to Mary because engineer is talking from another world. Mary, why is the other state not having a refinery? Dangote could have. Did the federal government ban state from having refineries?
No.
Why are they not having refineries?
Because they've not worked towards that. Because I know it's
you must think about that line. A private person like Dangote now will open a seaport in that country tomorrow. It will work. The next thing we will see tomorrow is Dangote opening a seaport in Nigeria. And everybody will say, oh, Dangote have done it. Who stopped your state? Must you wait for federal government to do it? Who stopped your state from opening their own seaport? I have given an instance. There was Sapele Port. There was Cocoa Port. They are not new. What closes them down? They were federal government. Does this stop the state now from either buying it over or creating their own port? You are telling me today that there's a law that stops you from opening the seaport. That is not correct. I stand to be corrected, and I wish it so.
Not a law stopping me from opening a seaport.
Yes, which law? And that's the law. If you don't know it, then don't say it yet. When you find out that law, we want to question it. This is the kind of thing I work on. I want to question it at even higher level.
You're not talking about a law stopping you from opening your own seaport. It's talking about the existing seaports, which is owned by the federal.
Yes.
And why is it not in use?
Oh,
I'm not talking
now,
about
if you bring that argument, then you are making sense. Then I, as the federal government, I'll be saying, let's be fair. Of what's the viability of the place? I'm not going to open seaport because for political reasons. I'm going to open a seaport for viability reasons. If the state now come to the federal government and say, let us do this together. So you have a stake in it. I'm not just going to open seaport for you so that you begin to share money and begin to masturbate yourself. Because some of these states are not useful. They are not. When will I open what is seaport if it's not going to be properly run? It's federal government, yes. If it's going to give federal government money, don't you think they will open it? No, I mean, Evelyn, there are two. You made a very valid point there. You're not asking. The question is, some of these imports are even owned by the federal government. Why did they close it? Like I said, they closed Sapele Port. What they gave us is naval base. Naval base, so they can protect oil for them. It is our fault. If we wanted seaport, what we would have done is, as a people, try and create our own seaport. Like I said, Hebrew was bringing fish to my village. Who stopped him? I grow up. That's where I grew up. I've gone into the ship only once, only when I explore the work. I don't do the dockworkers work once. I've done it. Who stopped you from bringing your food, your anything you want to import to your village? Who said so? How come Hebrew was bringing fish to my village? Is it not the same government of Nigeria? What you don't know, don't say it. What I'm saying is this. If we want to get out of from where we are, this sharing formula have to stop. Not even what Tinubu is proposing. It's rubbish. There will be no sharing of money. Instead, if you want to die, my president, the state will die. I will only fund what will bring money. If you say, if data say, oh, we need the seaport will bring money. Let us fund it. The federal government say, okay, how much do we need to fund it? Open this data state report. This is the amount. How is he going to make money? It will be the duty of data state to make sure that place is running and making money. So federal government can get its own 30%. Federal government will not fund anything because they want just to fund it. Because the carelessness of the local government and the federal government or state government is unacceptable. When will the federal government be throwing away money? Some of this money will go into the bin. Jesus Christ was talking about when you plant something on a rocky soil, what's going to happen? It's going to wither away. Federal government will put it on the. Do you know that Lagos is a very good soil? because they've attracted things and they keep attracting. Who stopped the other state? I was here the other day telling you people that Delta State is more viable when it comes to the creative sector. What are they doing? If you cannot attract people to your place, how can government bring in big business to your place? What's the population of Asaba? How many people live there? It's a dry land. And they manage. Look at what they've done. You managed to create a movie city. Good enough. Have you used it? My people, it's easy to blame. It's easy to blame. The federal government, you see, so you know one thing I said there? Maybe it's me. I believe in Nigeria. You know why? I am a person that I'm looking forward to the United States of Africa. Nigeria is the starting point. Disintegrating Nigeria is the biggest failure. Now, what I'm saying now is this. If Delta State can do business with federal government, and other states can do business, Cotonou, Benin Republic will join us. And we will do business with the Benin Republic. As a state, they will join this country. They are not qualified countries, for God's sake. Africa will become one. But, you know, what have we done? If government do what I say now, it's only people in Anambra that know what they can do best. They know their potential. They are the one that's going to do it. It's not the federal government in Abuja. So you come up with the policy, with the business plan, we will do it. I'm not going to give it to you if I'm not sure. We are not throwing federal government money away. And there will be no sentiment. You will prove out how you're going to make the money. It's like you're going to develop your business plan anywhere in the world. And then when we are happy, we put money into it. If you want to farm Niger State, we will farm with you. It's not giving you the money. It's not sentiment. We're funding the business with you so we can get 30%. From your 70%, you can construct road. You can do anything you want to do. You can virtually masturbate yourself over there. That's your problem. But my 30% will come to me. Or else you have a problem. Or you're not getting money next month or next time. And I'm saying, we're going to be facing this painful thing so we can get out of where we are. If not, when I saw the agitation, now, you know, the reason why the Northerners are very unhappy with Tinubu is just this. They know Tinubu is going to implement this policy. But let them know, it was not Tinubu that even started it. It was Rivers State government that started it. Supported by Lagos State. The case is still with the Supreme Court. If Supreme Court passed judgment today, state will collect their taxes. You will collect your tax. But is that the issue really? That will still be underutilizing what Nigeria have. Supposing Delta State is able to generate a lot of money and keep that money to themselves. Delta State does not have the power or the opportunity to invest in what is happening in Kano. But if the money is with federal government, our money, that can be invested in Kano to bring more return from Kano. Invested in Katsina to bring return from Katsina. So every part of the country will be bringing return. But it will be on what you have. I don't think we should collect the money ourselves. Let the money go to federal government. But let the federal government invest the money with us, with the local government, and you will see what I'm saying. So I was sleeping over this and I said, no, this doesn't make sense. Do we need rocket scientists, Mary? What we're talking about is 1 + 1. We speak so much grammar on it, and the grammar got us confused. You have 37 children, Mary. 37. All of them make small money. Now the argument is one is saying that because I'm making more, I want to get more from tax. Not only tax, that's where we get money. There are two things where Nigerian government get money: taxation, and number 2 is the oil. The one that is producing oil are crying, oh, we want more of our oil. Fine. The one making more taxes are saying we want more of our taxes. Fine. How do you come to this? How do you come to a compromise? But you can see that all your children are viable. They can make money. All you need to do is, okay, children, don't worry. This money you're giving to me, it's not going to be waste. It's going to be put in with your other brothers when they will bring money back. So we'll all be having a collective prosperity. Would that be so hard to do, really? Is there any rocket science in that one? Because by the time I feel cheated, you feel cheated. Where are we going? The bottom line is there's no harmony, no cohesion in the country. That's why we have insecurity.
That's true.
The insecurity is coming from this. In fact, maybe it's cheaper for Nigeria to exist and make money than for me to make money. I was saying something the other day. Somebody said, "Oh, I don't want I want Delta State to make a lot of money." If only Delta State make money, what we're going to have in Nigeria is most insecurity, because the other of the state, they're not going to go to bed hungry. You know, the same thing they say, what they say, rich man not be sleep, poor man not be sleep because they're hungry. Rich man not they sleep too because you know say poor people they street. If only Lagos have money, you know what will happen? Everybody's now coming to Lagos. May drive us now. It's not what we've seen already. Everybody want to go to Lagos. Now, it's Lagos. That is what will happen when only one part of the country succeeds. It's not even in Lagos' interest for you only Lagos to succeed. But that's where the federal government needs to play the work, do the work. The potential, the possibility, the opportunity is so enormous that we cannot afford to be blind. But the way we are going, I doubt we're going anywhere. We are actually heading in the wrong direction. So I wanted to say to Tinubu this morning in a letter to him that, yes, thank you for trying to restructure the country. Trying to say, oh, those that bring more money should get more money. That will not solve Nigerian problem 1 minute. Because what is happening is, even this revenue you are talking of are things you must have put in there or in partnership with them. Why don't you just change the whole strategy? Come up with your plan. Let us work. All I'm saying is come up with a plan. Would that be so hard, lady? Are you like engineer and this was just said now that there's no state in the country that does not have what it takes to succeed. No state. But Mary, do you know today now, all the government houses, state government houses, they don't have a future plan or what they need to do this month to make money. All their plan is how to
that is the biggest problem. That's the biggest problem. That's where the problem lies. We're talking of plan. Majority of them, 99% of the states don't have a plan. All they are just concerned about is to play politics, and that is what is happening.
And so play politics by using the money. Yeah, that's why there's more money that come, they give it to some people so they can win the next election.
Yeah, that is what is happening right now, even in our dear Delta state.
Exactly.
In our dear Delta state.
And it will continue.
That's what is happening.
It will continue until we address it.
Using allocations to settle political grudges. Former APC members will settle you people. I mean, these things are irritating to hear. The governor is in Brazil doing bilateral engagements. Now they will come back. What is they coming back from Brazil with? I don't know what they're going to do. They've gone to France. They've gone to. I've not seen any impact yet. That's where I have an issue, and that's something I always talk about. You see, these bilateral meetings.
I share your experience, engineer. I say, but the problem is not
bilateral meetings should be fruitful.
No, forget about that. That is not our problem. Our challenge today.
Yes.
We have a beautiful land. We have so much opportunity. All the the thing that is dividing us are the things that
it's only few of us that are seeing it. They are not seeing it the way you and I are seeing it. They are seeing it from that allocation, the money that is coming. How much is coming? Before the money comes, they've already shared how they want to use it. That's where we have a problem. They've already shared how they want to use it before the money comes. So we have a fundamental problem of leadership. The leaders need to be transformed first before we start bringing implementable ideas like this. The Prime Minister President will call on the governors.
But one thing in Nigeria is, if they don't like a leader, no matter what he tries to do, there always be somebody that is condemning it, opposing it. And that is why we never have a good leader, because you don't even know when we have a good leader. What I'm saying this is, even if the person tries to work, you still see us condemning the person. I mean, like, anytime we have a leader, there's always an opposition.
There must be something. So
the opposition makes sure they try to bring only the negative parts. They show it to the people. The people tend to see only the negative part of the person, and we don't showcase the good one they do.
Now.
I know fully well that
to us. for us to see that you are.
My dear, they don't need to prove. They just share. It's compulsion. They will coerce them. Okay, there's so many things we can't even say here. The people just share money for them. They are in agreement whether what you are doing is right or wrong. That is where we have a political Bermuda Triangle that just sucks good things away, and our kind of democracy. It's painful when you look at there's so many things we discuss on these programs. You know, they are practically very viable, but you know, the people that are going to the vehicle to carry these things out, is the vehicle ready to ride? Is it ready to move? Because the vehicle is used to collecting free fuel. Well, they just, when these allocations come, not share, kill and divide. Everybody, you take for your constituency. Take. Nobody's talking about production. Nobody's talking about how do we go. Then the next thing, one member they will start buying blenders, hair dryers, sewing machines, and all that.
Only people who are not biased. We always agree with what the president
How long are you going to share those things? So the SL people, they share wheelbarrow to constituent. How long? So you want all your constituents to be wheelbarrow pushers? What stops you from building industries for them?
Engineer, that is what the poor people want, though. That is what they want. Most of them are
building. Okay, let me tell you something. No, it's not what they want. It's what is available. Now, when during the Bore administration, Yasaba test time we have here was working. And let me tell you something about industries. Industries have three time shifts. We have people that work morning, afternoon, and night. Majority of the bike men, Okada riders you see in Asaba here were formerly working in that Asaba test time. They were shunning out. They were shunning out rappers like you had too many test timers in Kanu and Katsina and Kaduna. But what happened? The test time gradually died as Ibori was going, died. No government has thought it twice to resuscitate it. We had Summit Furniture here in Asaba. They were collecting wood from sapling, timbers from places where they were doing wood. You didn't need to travel far to go and buy wood to build house or to do anything. That one too died a natural death. And these industries, I'm not talking of one-man business now. One-man business might not do shift. But most of these industries are run 24 hours. They had, as per testimony, for example, had over 5,000 staff. So with 5,000 people away from the street, when they know they can do shift, when they work, when they are close by afternoon, I can go and do my side hustle with my keke. I mean, you have empowered, you've given an option, you're giving a side hustle. But now they are so dependent on so many things that the government is not just helping. And our government, they have a vacuum, a big vacuum in their intellect on how to they are just what they care about.
Engineer, I hear you. Let me ask you this. See, sometimes I like when you give us the story, the history is beautiful. But sometimes you don't focus on what we are trying to achieve. The question is, Mary made a very viable statement now. Listen to her. He said only the constructive people, only those who are not biased, will support the government today. It is easy for me to come and say, oh, they're doing this wrong, they're doing this wrong. What I ask is, if I ask you now, what is the solution to all these things you're saying? Or you're going to tell me, oh, they like this, or they're going to share the money, or they did this. Engineer, is that the way forward? If I come on a discussion and all
network is bad.
Oh, I think that the
Okay,
case
the case
network
is down
is
here.
out.
His network is bad.
Yeah. You know,
The truth is, we cannot have a leader without opposition. But one thing I know for sure is there are still people that understand what Nigeria wants, that knows what he's doing. There was a time that Ogozi Okonjo-Iweala, she was saying that his regime is good, the regime of the president is good because he has been doing a lot of things she expected Nigeria, you understand, to have at this time. You see a lot of gullible people condemning what she was saying. She has got to that level where it is not these things that we are complaining that is her problem. She has seen that the man to some extent has been able to do a lot of things. Just like I said, you cannot stop the fact that there will always be opposition. There are people that are one side. Their job is just to oppose whatever he's doing.
Yeah.
Their job is just to bring out the negative deeds. I'm not saying
Yeah, I
it's
just want us to be those people that
even
always
it's
do the
even far from
negative.
perfect, but like just like this other one he did that when depending on the kind of money that a state raise, that is what determines the money they give to them. This thing is something that they've not done for a very long time. And it's good because it makes you to want to work. I know that it's still not the solution to Nigerian problem. Even Nigeria talking about companies. Companies is still not the solution to Nigerian problem. Because we have thousands of people that did not even acquire education. They did not go to school. The common man that is driving Okada is not all of them that went to school. If you open a company now and tell them to come and work, they might not even know what to do there. Just like when somebody that did not go to school, you don't have a skill, you don't know anything, you say you want to work. Okay, they say, okay, this job is available. They need a computer literate. You'll be good in computer. You don't even know what you will do there. That same person will come and complain to me that she did not see a job or there's no job. When you know that you cannot fit in anywhere, you cannot fit in
No, Mary,
because you
Mary,
don't have to do anything. My only complaint is for people that are at least that are good, that are not getting that job. That
no,
understand what they are doing, that are not getting
Mary,
that
you
job.
know why we are not getting jobs? You see, this thing we're saying, the miracle can be solved. I will soon be kicked out, so you guys will continue. The miracle can be solved. Mary, now listen to me. If I tell my local government to come with a business plan on what they're going to do to make money with me as federal government, this is federal government of Nigeria, HFOS. Come up with your business plan so that we can fund it, so all of us will make money together. Meaning federal government and HFOS will make money together. This is what will happen. HFOS will look at the capacity, the kind of workers he has. He's not going to create a job and say, I'm going to go and bring the people from America. You're going to create a job based on the people you have. And I'm sure there's nobody that is completely useless. That person will not be computer literate. He go fit farm with 2 weeks training. Or he go fit carry water from one place to the other. Or maybe even to carry, there's something he can do. I think maybe in the UK here, we get many warehouse work. Maybe the most common work for UK to work for warehouse. Warehouse is where you carry goods and put in the truck and stuff like that. That's a job. I'm not just saying you go many school to do that one. So let's not even think about that. But the problem is the jobs are not there. They're not created because the states are not creating, the local government are not creating, the people are not creating. And there's no way.
Yes. The states are relaxing because the people that are supposed to even condemn what the state is doing, they are supposed to complain about the nonchalant attitude of the state, are focusing on only the federal government. You have different bodies that are supposed to work with you. Why are we focusing on one person? Why is it that there's only one body that we think is important?
Mary,
when we have different bodies that are supposed to come together and work for the betterment of the country.
Now look at this scenario.
I don't understand.
Mary, this is our destiny today. Oboriwari is spending money to construct bridge. They are clapping for him. If you are him, don't you think you are doing well?
Yeah, that the case network is out.
My problem is you complain that the states they are working, but the things that the states, the little that they are doing.
Mary, I get your point.
The federal government would do something like that, will complain. The same people that are complaining that the minister of Abuja is fixing Abuja roads are praising the state governors for fixing roads. Then tomorrow want Nigeria to be better. I think everybody needs to work.
God bless you, Mary. You see, only that the Christians will come here and condemn.
Want to praise state governors that are working. What are they doing? They are doing bridges. They are doing roads.
Thank you, Mary.
But the minister of Abuja is fixing roads. You say it's not working.
Now you are talking.
What kind of mentality is that one? All of them, they are not working. Let's take it like that. They are not working. Everybody. Because nobody is too special to fix road.
You see, you see the problem because nobody is telling them that this is what we need to do. This way Tinubu is wrong. Tinubu, you can collect all the millions in the world. If you keep sharing it, we're still going to be where we are. If you challenge the state, say for you to get more money from me, maybe you get some 100,000 every month. But for you to get more money, it will be based on the business.
They don't see it that way. Mary, I got to your point earlier on when you're talking about these jobs and computer literate and all that. But I think the states, you don't just create these jobs. As you are creating a job for the people, you should also create vocational centers where these people can actually learn It's not difficult these days to learn computer or become a computer literate. You don't just create jobs when the people don't have idea of how to do those jobs. So I think as you are creating jobs, you should also create vocational centers where these people can actually learn the skills so that they can be able to fit into these jobs you are creating. But the point is that their priority at the moment? Is that their focus? You can be able to achieve what you need or what you want in the state if that is your focus, if you are focused on achieving it. But if that is not your focus and your focus is just on road or bridges, that is where you will be focused on what you will be achieving. You understand? You get what I mean?
There's a mentality with us that the state government cannot do business. It's only federal or the individual that can do business. Oh, that the only local government cannot do business. It's only individual that can do business.
That is the problem. That is the problem. That is the mentality that we have.
So whenever you train somebody, you train him to go and die. You train him to go and succeed your faith. And that is not the way to go for a developing country. For developed countries, yes, they can survive because they've got they've got that capacity already built. We've not gotten it.
What about those?
We cannot succeed alone now. We need state arm investment, local government investment, proper one. Then this will be supported by private, and we will be on top of the game. Thank God we have all they don't have.
Yeah, you're right. And sometimes when these individuals, when you've gotten the skills, there are so many of them that don't have the capital. They don't have the capital to go about these skills. That is where we talk about loan. How are they helping out? Right. And how is the interest of this loan? Because after acquiring these skills, getting this knowledge, and you don't have the capital to build it up or to start up, that is where we have another issue. And when you want to go look in the area of getting loan, the interest is not even encouraging. It's discouraging. And then you stay low, you lie low, and can't do anything about it. And die with this.
Not even pray to be in that situation where you collect loan in Nigeria. It's not even
okay, maybe.
Not be a situation where you collect loan in Nigeria. Because the problem,
this issue of loan,
they say it's loan now, people can access loan. Story. Don't even pray to be in the situation where you need to collect loan to do anything. Because you pay and pay and pay and pay.
There are so many people who are dying with their skills, who has the potential, but they don't have the capital. That is another 40 area in Nigeria. When you want to go for loan, when you want to go for capital.
And that is 40 area. That is unheard of. Let me tell you, let me teach you this. When I said the state should introduce the film fund, that is my area. Maybe that you have farm fund, film fund. I'm talking now. What it means is if I'm a filmmaker and I want to make a movie, those that knows about film will run my film fund. They will look at your story if it's a good story. And then the state will make that film with you and make money with you. That's the essence of having a film fund. Now, you hear what I say? You have a boy that have a good idea. You want to make a movie.
That's actually when we've been able to do away with our corrupt mentality and way of doing things. Because if you're talking about film fund, and all that, it will take me back to
Wait now.
Daddy K, to take me back to when Netflix came. When you're talking about film fund and funding these films and all that, when Netflix came, they were funding these films. But what happened? They were not doing quality job. They were giving movies that were not of quality. Yeah, you're talking about funding these movies, giving them the fund. Are they going to be using it?
Yes. If you
the right way,
tell the person to do what he wants, it will.
That's why we talk about corruption. But you say these people are not corrupt; they are foolish.
No, if I give you my money, it's not for you to go and carry women. You're not going to follow my money to the letter. When you set up a film fund, it's not like Netflix. I give you money that doesn't know what's on ground. They just set film fund, they're on ground. They will monitor whatever you are doing. They make sure they get their film because they want to make money. Now, if I set up the Delta State Farming Fund, let me use the word farm fund. If you have a farm, we will fund it with you. Oh, show me your land, and I'll fund the farm with you. The profit I will share with you. Do you hear me, Evelyn? Listen to that. Show me your land. Show me what you will go plant. I will come. Let me say, go clear am. I go plant them with you. We go share profit. Where can the state get it from? Instead of the money when they say they construct bridge, they sign paper with Oyibo. In fact, I'm a very. You see, if I
saw the first snap picture, they shine teeth. They shine teeth for the picture. Like everything is okay.
No. Every not be photo with a clap for her. The man think it's working. I see him for China for this place now. Oh, that's somebody. Oh, the working governor, you know, retire. I said, not be a. You know what I call a granite with a chopper. You see, until we stop praising rubbish, or even some of them, I don't blame some people. Do they even know what I'm talking about? Some people, do they understand? Maybe I introduced a word today, the Delta State Farm Fund. Just make it simple. But Delta State to just deposit only 2 billion to work with local people. I won't even do with local people because I will work with local government. I will give every local government 1 billion. Those 1 billion, local government will now look at the farmers in its community. So show me your land, look at the worker. Go plant. Not the state self. State is just to release the money in that area. Is it the education scheme that will not raise? Show me one area that we cannot work together and be successful. Show me one. I only talk about film because that's my area. That's why I say let's do film from at the state level. If not, farm should be at local government level. I don't know what I do. I didn't they frustrate me from my heart. If we introduce this farm fund through local government, do you know how many farms would have been cultivated in Ugara today? Do you know how many farms? I mean, we are talking of quality farms, so because they have money to do it now. Not the one Mama carry collapse go do. And how much will come from there? Will the local government be dormant? We will not have food to eat. Come on, man. How can the government be spending that money to sign paper with Chinese people and you are clapping like people? I don't belong to, maybe I don't even belong to this world again. I don't talk, don't reach make I come out. Because what I see, and you people praise it, is so sad. I can't sleep. My spirit is weeping on a daily basis. It's not out of hatred. Because I can see the possibility. It's not even rocket science, maybe. What I'm saying now, if that decrease, this what I'm saying now, remember, it's not as if I didn't try. I told them that I opened a company called Urobo Agricultural Development Farm Project. What I said is, all you need to do is show me your land, and I will cultivate it for you. And when it is finished, we will share the profit. Maybe if you do it, you'll be the richest man. Do we need Dangote to come and do it? Do you still need another Dangote to come and do it? You're telling me, say, the government didn't allow you to have seaport. Do you need Dangote to open seaport first? What is your state doing with the money? He's signing papers, signing your destiny away. It's not his fault because you are clapping for him. The man does not know. He's not wicked. Oboriwori does not know. I mean, that I don't governor now we won't rely on for that kind of thing. That one get idea. One and verse. I see that man like somebody very, very empty. Now that one want to raise people from where they did. That governor. Again. We're going to continue the other part of the show. You see, my people, we are living in a very difficult time. I'll soon be signed out, so don't worry. We've done the show. We're going to have 1 hour, 20 minutes already. But I'm going to say this to you people. If we can, if the federal government can just stop, this is why I said, anytime I see Peter don't even know what he said, though. He didn't understand it from what I'm saying now. Peter said something that God put in your mouth, Peter, to say something that you don't even understand what you say. That we need to move from revenue allocation to production allocation. Peter, they won't let you. and some of the physical policies we are going through now. The reason we are fighting, the reason they are fighting Tinubu is only revenue allocation. Because that's all we do. It's still about the allocation. Until we fundamentally move from allocation of revenues to allocation of production, we're going nowhere. I can imagine how much Delta State will make from only Delta Farm, only Delta Film Fund. You said Delta will not make money from film? Delta State is not that. If Netflix go and throw their money, they can eat it. Me, set up a film fund. I said, run out for me. You are ahead of it. If you film fund fail, na prison you dey see yourself. Me and you, I go put you for prison. I no go wait. Let me go. If I go lock you up for mismanagement alone, even that you are not competent, I will still lock you up. So let's say you can't eat the.
Oh, I think that the case network is.
Okay, I think we should just go into the newspaper. It's time for the paper review.
Okay.
And I'll be starting with the Punch. Let me see if I can put the paper here. Okay, yeah. The big story of the Punch, we have a tariff war. Federal government intervenes as state. Discourse rifts deepens, and the writer says NARC summons meetings between state energy commissioners and discos operators. Tariff reduction can't work. It's coming from discos. Our focus on power sector reforms, coming from the commissioner. And this story is on page 27 of the Punch newspaper. Still on the Punch, we have federal government defends passport price hike to 100,000 naira and 200,000 naira. And that story is on page 39. Long-term neglect hindering refineries reform, coming from NNPC on page 28. NEC unveils roadmap for $1 trillion economy by 2030. I'm going to do retire. That is on page 40. And still on the Punch, you have federal government has to clash over 2021 agreement on page 2. Motorists lament slow Shagamu Ijebu-Ode road repairs on page 40. Awaiting trial. Inmates feeding gulp 14 billion naira in 8 months on page 39. Federal government eyes 21% GDP boost with e-governance bill on page 28. How 8,000 naira dispute led to Lagos market killing, coming from traders on page 4 and 5. INEC pushes back as opposition rejects Southwest voters figures on page 2. And these are all the stories we have this morning on the Punch. But first of all, we'll start with the big story. Tariff war. Tariff war. Federal government intervenes as state discourse rift deepens. I don't know what our states and discourse are dragging. But Nigeria now. Nigeria will always be Nigeria. But let's see. It's always who is going to be in authority. I mean, who is going to be in power? Who is going to be the one to make this law? Who is going to be the one to? I don't know. We're always dragging one thing. We never come to a conclusion. You understand? We're always dragging one thing without trying to get it right, and that's the problem. Now the full story says, as the crisis between state and electricity distribution companies continues to degenerate over who has the power to fix electricity tariffs, the federal government, through the Nigerian Electricity Regulatory Commission, has summoned all stakeholders to a meeting scheduled for next week. Energy commissioners of state governments under their umbrella body known as the Forum of Commissioners for Power and Energy in Nigeria have repeatedly insisted that the Electricity Act 2023 amended has empowered state governments to regulate their respective power markets. Okay, before I continue, Okay, but power distribution companies under the aegis of the Association of Nigeria Electricity Distributors insisted that although the act enabled the state to regulate their power markets, the state government lacked the power to put a price on cross-border electricity. I don't understand. First of all, if the federal government had already said that the state, you understand, according to the 2023 amended, that they empower state government to regulate their respective power tariffs. Why is it a problem? I'm not supporting anybody, but why is it a problem? Because all the time we always want states to do something. You understand? Let's see if it's going to work, because this power tariff, this our disco stuff is becoming too much. We moved it to private, it's not working. To federal, it's not working. Now state, the power, they are still there dragging it. Meanwhile, we don't have complete supply of power in Nigeria. Unfortunately, the rich are moving to solar. What about those that cannot afford the solar? You understand? We are busy from one hike to another, when it is not even stable. It is not even to hike the price. It's not even who have the power to generate it that is the problem. The thing is, can this our power supply even be stable in the country? What I don't understand is federal government will amend something. Federal government will say this one should do it. Tomorrow they'll come and say no, the state does not have power to do it. They will now say federal government is not working. Now, because how many things that the federal government said that we have even obeyed? The reason ASU is coming to fight today now is not because of the agreement of 2021. Is it that the federal government is not trying? Even if they say something, we'll still come and fight it that we know more. And that is where we have a problem.
Mary,
Why not allow this?
do you know why ASU have bad to talk to federal government? Because federal government has not challenged ASU. You know why every local government can challenge federal government? Because federal government has not challenged them back. Oh, if I'm the president of Nigeria, ASU, you will work for me. I will make you enough money to do a reform. ASU will be making money for the federal government of Nigeria. You see, the universities will be making money for the federal government of Nigeria. Not this way now. Can we just quick, and how does it happen in the United Kingdom that the United Kingdom are now making 60 billion pounds yearly, Mary? Universities, our own, they call for strike. No. Meditate. The same universities who are not better, who don't even have enough space in the UK, generate 60 billion annually pounds. Nigeria own, they are going on strike for cost. Who is foolish here? Again, it boils down to the allocation of revenue. The university are waiting for their allocation, their money to come. I say, make federal government make money for us. Is that so difficult to do, man?
No.
Why can't we just be sincere with what we do? I think until we understand, maybe it's understanding, no. There are certain things that like I said, the way the local government will make me money, the way the state will make me money, all my ministries will make me money, all parastatals will make me money. Me, federal government of Nigeria, will not go wrong. All universities will make me money. I go spend money to build the university finish. I'll call they pay the houses when they work there, call they insult me every day. Who does that? Who does that? Tell me one use that the ASU is doing that the universities in UK are not doing for the United Kingdom. ASU, what contribution has your Nigerian university contributed to the Nigerian state that the UK universities are not contributing to the United Kingdom? Don't insult me. Wake up, come out. Get out of your village and see the world. Universities are making money these days. Did they stop you? The federal government just introduced student finance. God bless Tinubu for that. Students, go and take your loan and pay your school. Universities, don't even come to federal government for penny. Get out. Raise your money. If you cannot, close down. You see, a time will come, we go face some people will have to go. As I work out this morning, I said this was said, that's what you know. Somebody die now, you know, it will mean the world will move on. Buhari died that day, the world will move on. If I die today, the world will move on. So if some university close down, we will still continue. If you are not ready to survive in this modern time, you will be extincted. Bye-bye. Go bury me. You don't expect the federal government to continue to deal with this rubbish all the time. And the federal government is, you know what? They are playing politics. All I hear is from a university lecturer, Aluta continua. Can you hear university lecturer shouting Aluta continua? Who are you protesting? What revolution do you have? Have you seen them having meeting, maybe? Intellectuals talking about Aluta continua. Oh, who? Why is it so sad? When I come to the UK now and see the life of lecturers, how it has been transformed. Those lecturers here, they earn minimum 10 million naira a month, minimum. If you're a lecturer in the UK, how much are you paid? But how are you going to get paid if you don't work or if you don't reform yourself? Many, is it not the same Nigeria that have private university making a lot of money?
Sure. How are the private schools surviving if that's the case? How come they're surviving without the help of the federal government?
Exactly.
As a private school, you have to even sort the federal government. You have to pay now. You have to pay tax.
Exactly.
You can't just open a private school and be operating.
God bless you. And then the federal government is pumping money on these idiots who are now going on strike every day. I'm not blaming them. Restructure the system.
This way, they think they can use our head. You keep seeing the agreement the federal government signed with ASU. Do you know these people are complaining, quarreling here and there, and nobody cared to state the agreement? I've been making research since. Let me know what was that agreement. I don't say we did not sign any agreement in 2021. Federal government did not sign. What was, the thing is, you cannot come out and say, okay, they had agreement with ASU 2021. At least let me get what that agreement is. They are not opening it. They will not tell you, go to everywhere to open. They will be telling you, federal government said they did not sign. ASU say they signed, but what was in the what was the agreement? Is it that we are not fit to know? The public are not supposed to know.
They will say the salary go to increase. Now, typical labor union.
That is be out there, or is it because they say they did not sign that? That's why they're not. That's my problem with them. Is that the reason why it's not transparent for people to know what was in the agreement? No, let's read and know what they are saying.
Where you don't get better matter, see me will talk around one matter. You will go on. If they ask you, you not going to the case, you'll be like, what did happen? What did not happen? But the bottom line is this: only two things need to be done here.
They'll just bring out the one they want to bring out to the public and keep the other one within themselves. Tomorrow they'll come and be expecting us to be talking. What was the agreement? Is it too difficult to spit out? Let's know.
It's very, very unfortunate. It is very, very unfortunate. And I want to repeat, it is very, very unfortunate that a beautiful land, a viable land, Nigeria, this is what we reduce it to. And it's only one story that needs to be turned around. It's not going to be done by saying, okay, you know what? Like, I saw what Peter idea. Peter posted something that I like. He said he saw some girls in Asaba and that they told him they're going to open a restaurant. So he went there to open the restaurant. And at the end, he was so happy that these two girls, the twins, they have hired about 10 other people. Peter was of the idea that if every twins like that begin to hire 10 people, if it happens 1 million of them, that would be 10 million jobs. That is true, Peter. But if that is where we're going, we'll pay it. Because that is a minimal. You can only do that in the United States and in the United Kingdom and hope you will succeed. In Nigeria, we need to be intentional about this. We need to be intentional about our state investing and doing business, making money, but not like others. We need to be intentional about our local government doing business, making money about like others, about our parastatals, our universities, our council. You see, you know what those ministries does? The ministries of the federal, you are missing the workers at the ministries. Then they go there, they go sit down. They are government workers. They call themselves civil servants. Can you see the face of Nigerian civil servants?
Yeah,
it's annoying. They don't contribute one thing. They've never generated one penny to our economy. The tax when they say, even as CAC said, the small money when they collect and then they shop and go, until Jonathan said they pay to the private post, to the federal post. Wait till now. Where now won't come get pension tomorrow? Now wait me and every day ask. Where's your pension going to come from? The country will die. We're all going to die. Be angry with me now. But when the country die, all of us don't die. Our existence depends on Nigeria. Nigeria extinct, we're gone. Because what's going to do? We're going to kill ourselves. We need to be very clever about where we find ourselves. The private people aren't going to do it, Peter. The government needs to be intentional. The federal government must have a plan of how they're going to make money. The state must be clear, and the funding. No, well, in fact, I ask myself, why on earth would Tinubu release money to Delta State this month? To do what? To construct more roads or more bridges? Are you sick? No, think about it. The road you have been constructing is Sokowati now. Where are the roads? You know, for me, I will not give you a penny until you show me the business plan that's going to make us money. If that road is going to bring money, I'll participate. But I will not release money to you every month, sir. The money will be on an investment between you and the federal government. I will help you to succeed now. The federal government could not come with that. We fail it. We're going to pay. And the same way with the local government. If you wait for local government to wake up from their slumber, they're not going to. If you tell local government, if you come with a business plan, now, as sure, they don't come up with some kind of robust plan. So the federal government say, if you fund this, we go make money. So I go fund that. Even if not fail, you find that something has happened. Jobs will be created. Oh. I want to ask you, Evelyn and Mary, now two of my people know. Whether they talk, he had to understand.
It's not.
But when with the government of Nigeria today share the many money we don't have to the state who are not using money to do anything reasonable? What is the essence of the money being shared to local government? Have you been to your local government, Evelyn? Have you been there? Etiop West, have you been to your local? Go and look at the face of your local government this morning. Where will federal government share money to those people? For what? Or to pay salary? Can you imagine? I share money for you to pay salary. I would rather pay the salary myself. Why would I share money for you to pay salaries? If they are my workers, I will pay them myself. Are you out of your mind? Say the money given to us, that's why we pay salary. Are you mad? Why will federal government? Because also you are an agent for paying salary. That's why money is paid through you. My friend, listen. If you guys don't get what I'm saying, then Nigeria, we are in a big. America can survive with it, though. They know where to sell ammunition. They know where American money to come from. They can survive, not you. How many ammunition I get to sell? So when we talk, and it's happening in America, you know America make money. Even the talk of UK. UK generating 1.something trillion from that. They get money from taxation. Now 10 billion, the 10 billion pounds, that be the money. It's okay, man. Do you know how UK generates money? Do you know how UK make money? Do you know how UK makes money? You want to compare UK, you want to compare their structure to your own. You that is starting. All of you can speak so much big English. You don't. 90% of us are not educated. We only go school. Education will lack. May God help us. Maybe I will continue your show. I'm not going to talk to you. I'm quiet.
We are educated, just that the understanding is there. Is the problem. You know, when you don't have understanding about something, it makes you look like you don't know what you're doing. And that's the issue. There's this, I will not say it's disturbing, but it has sparked a lot of reactions yesterday about our Nigerian passports. Everybody just get very disturbed for this country.
Yes, so when I saw it, I was even laughing. I said, passport has lost value.
Everybody get down with the problem.
Passport has lost value in so many countries. You can't increase them. And I think the reason why they are increasing it, I think the reason why they are increasing it is because of the way everyone wants to japa. Everybody wants to leave the country.
They can't
So
state
they
that
see
kind of
that you
thing
need
now.
this
What they are saying is different to curb corruption, improve our integrity. They are just talking plenty things, which I know that is just why is a story for the gods. According to
Yes.
them, reason why they increased it: 32 pages for 5 years, 100,000 naira; 64 pages, which will last for 10 years, 200,000. You
Maybe
understand?
I'm
That
not
was
sure
what they
I
said.
understand what you say.
You say what?
Maybe I don't understand what you guys are saying. I'm lost.
Our passports, international
Nigerian
passports.
passports now, the price they increased it yesterday, so it has been everywhere on the news. And they're saying that the reason for it is to curb corruption and sustain quality. I don't know if they did not increase the price, there will not be quality. To sustain quality and ensure timely delivery of travel documents. That's their major reason. The rest is just plenty talk. You
Maybe, like
understand?
I said,
That's the
every
shortcut.
department should generate their money. Maybe for me, if that brings money to that department and they stop depending on the federal government, I'm all for it. They should make money for the federal government. Maybe it is so. It is so. You want
Why
international passport?
Nigerians in diaspora continues to pay $150,000 for the 32 pages for 5 years and $230,000 for 64 page
Is it dollar or
that will last for
naira?
10 years.
$230, not thousand. $230. Yeah.
Sorry,
It cannot be
$30.
thousand.
Yes, sorry, dollar, yes.
$230.
That's what they mean.
That's fine. That's fine. Listen, we are ready to pay more. Mary, you see
Yes.
here, if this service will make the country better and they will not be depending on federal government so that they will not cry.
It
Every
will not make
sector
it
must
now.
make their money.
That's why people are complaining. It will not make it any better anyway. The same problem will always be there. To even get it is not as easy as you think.
That is the thing.
So
they should not make it as if it's the money that we refuse to pay.
And it's not because it's true, that's why there's corruption. Increasing
My
the
only
price is not
message
what
for Tinubu
corruption.
today.
Corruption don't dey be say dey, no be that one go make corruption no dey. Which kind of story be that one wey dey talk?
How did the passport bring about corruption? I'm really confused.
I don't know. If you say improve quality, I don't know. That one is for them. But that corruption part is confusing me. Increasing price to curb out corruption, how?
Anyway, we do know that God is going to help this country.
No, because every day when you wake up, you just say one story that is not necessary. And it's just everywhere. I really don't understand.
Divine intervention. That's why we go to church. But that the case will say we are going to disturb God. The country needs divine intervention. Something's happening in this country.
Don't start.
Something's happening in this country is not ordinary. Spiritual solution.
Yeah, we are fighting against principality and power.
Not against Tinubu.
Hey.
We are not fighting against Tinubu. We are fighting against the power that is surrounding him.
The power that can make us better.
I like when most of us come, they deceive themselves. You know, I did not tell you we are not fighting ordinary people. We're fighting principalities and power.
Yeah.
The grace. The grace. Everybody grace for this country, the grace. Many people that support, if I there, if some of the nonsense when the pastor talk, that pastor talk, if not here, we go put him for psychiatric home. He's sick. You know, many of the nonsense the voice out. If we catch them here, now hospital they go stay. You know, a lot of Nigerians were put in hospital here because you know say they overreact well. If you just overreact, sometimes they will say you decrease. They put you for home. So for talk of pastor when he comes stage, can't behave like that. Now home, we get home for them. It's called the not found. Our problem is real. God has done it for us. Don't bring God to your decision.
It's not even easy to tell the military not to take drugs. What do they see? Now ordinary eyes they go use. So these ordinary eyes they there, no go use you. You know when they are complaining now. I mean, the story is saying that the chief of army staff, General Olufemi Oluyede, has expressed concern over the prevailing cases of drug and substance abuse. I'm talking about most of the junior and middle According to him, he said, especially among the junior and middle cadre of frontline soldiers fighting Boko Haram and other terrorists in the northeast region. In as much as drug is something we always fight against, are you sure it's going to be easy for them to do this job with their bare eyes? These people don't do like me and you. What they are seeing
Yes,
is
even though, yes,
is
so
beyond coming out with their ordinary eyes. You understand? I
no go
think
do no, yeah.
maybe if you are now a senior in that job, you've seen a lot, you now know how to tackle things. But these junior ones that just entered into the system, I think they need to be extraordinary. They need to go extra. You understand? To be able to fit in. That is what me I think. When I saw the news, I was like, I'm not sure it's going to be easy for them to really do the job like that. Because when you know that you are sleeping with one eye
But
closed, you are not sleeping with your
but
two eyes closed.
the fact is that they are trained for the job. So you
That's
can't
it.
just be relying on drugs. You can't be relying on drugs. It's not something that is advisable.
Majority of them do drugs. Majority of them in most of our security agencies do drugs. They see drugs as
That's why they are
a
lamenting.
stimulant. Yes, why they actually should stop lamenting. I did tell you, you think they don't know? Even the people lamenting might be doing it as well. So we should. It's a big problem. Nigeria is a big theater of problems. So we have to take it one at a time and think on how to solve each one. Because most times the policemen or the drug people that arrest the youths, they equally do drugs. So drug is a very is a and it's a big business for some of these big men too. Some of them are into large scale production, large scale say um, haulage of drugs, both from the smallest to the big ones they travel out with. So it's big
I think
business.
they're
So
trying. They're trying to see if there's a way they can do the job without taking those things. You understand? If there's a
impossible.
way, but
Nigeria.
that's what I'm saying. The people, if you say that the ones fighting Boko Haram, the people that are fighting, they are not even ordinary. You are fighting people that are taking more than you. So I understand though, because engineer,
Exactly.
whether we like it or not, drug has a lot of negative effects on human life. In human life, you understand?
Yeah.
And most times it
Yeah.
might be that they even take this, they don't eat well. Do you even know if they eat
They don't
well?
eat well, most of
People
them.
that are in the bush. What do you think they can even eat that will make them strong? You know, in that kind of situation where you don't eat well, you still take drugs. It's another problem. I can
And
understand why
you
they are
know,
going
most of these drugs will even numb you out. So are you actually taking these
yes.
drugs to face what is ahead of you, or you are just taking it to lazy around
They
and
are
just
taking it
sleep
because
watching?
That's
they
why
cannot fight Boko Haram with their ordinary eyes though. They need to read their eyes.
You sleep
But
in
they
the
do
so
well.
why you said
uh,
before Boko Haram, they have been taking it.
you
Most
can
most times, all this I've not seen videos of policemen that are drunk or security agents that have
yeah,
been drunk.
but I feel it's
On
not helpful
yeah,
because after getting drunk, what do? You
they shoot,
just
they shoot,
stagger,
they can shoot innocent
you
citizens too.
stagger and sleep
It's
in
part
the
of the
gutter
reason
and all
you
that.
have
So
accidental discharge.
I don't think it's advisable to take drugs, because I believe these
It's
soldiers,
not,
they
it's
are
not.
fiercely trained. They are trained to do the job. So why will you say it's the drugs that will help you to see the Boko Haram very well or be
No,
able
that's
to
not an
fight?
excuse. Let's leave
It's
Boko
not
Haram
an
out. It's not
excuse.
an
So
excuse.
taking drugs is a no-no.
What
It's a
of
no-no.
That's
it's an
true though.
aphrodisiac? What of
Because that
some
is
of
why
them?
you will not do anything bad. Before you know, all those
Some
they
of them,
say
what of
stray
them?
bullets, they mistakenly shoot.
They say
After they mistakenly
they
shoot,
say
oh,
it's
that is
stimulant.
not food. When they shoot
Stimulant.
anyhow, they kill people. Eh?
Some of them take
Because
it
that's why the
as
person
a
I'm sorry, they say, why you
sexual
tell me say sorry?
enhancement
They don't they shoot though.
drug.
Which woman did that bush?
I know they say
Sexual
calm down.
harassment.
Some of the I didn't say about Bush. We're talking of drugs now. Some
Okay.
men they take it
You're
because of
right.
you people. Some
Because of us.
yes. So it's part of the problem too. So some of you that they will say
And they don't understand that it's
eh,
And
actually
then
causing
they
yeah,
make
internal
they
harm.
make us they take drugs. And then
they make
they
some
make
of the
us
youth,
they
some
take
of the
drugs.
And it's
soldiers they
causing
take
internal harm. They will find out the harm when they grow old,
Now, something must
like
kill a
when they will
man.
know the damage.
Evelyn, you know me. Something must kill a
So
man.
something was killing
By the time your wife say you know what do, say they go to
something must kill a
What if
man.
I army where they bush and wife like the Chris?
So the thing is not it's not advisable. They have been trained, fiercely trained to do the job. So now we're going to the trending news for the day. We have our Baba, President Tinubu. He gave a speech before returning from Brazil of how he wants to take Nigeria to the forefront of the African continent. I don't know if it's a strategy, but let's listen to what he said here in the video. Let me play the video and let's see.
It's a country of diverse nature, and Nigeria that is welcoming to all of us.
Are we on the platform?
Nigeria has changed. The bold endeavors that we embark upon,
I don't know why,
is to reform the country, bring Nigeria to the forefront of the continent of Africa.
Well, let me say,
yeah, we can see you and we can hear you. We are playing the video of Tinubu's speech in Brazil before returning to Nigeria. So we are playing the video now.
Okay.
Get a sense of dedication, commitment, and transformation that will be for our children yet unborn. I am a very proud Nigeria, and I believe you are a pride to our country. For us, it has been a very long journey for our leaders, but we are a generation that is caring with foresight, determination, commitment, and courage to change the history of our continent. I'm proudly standing before you, making a commitment to all of you that Nigeria will be changed for the good of all of us and for the benefit and prosperity of all our citizens. The transformation that is ongoing is for all of us. To us, we can manufacture, we can develop, we can design, we can build a nation that work purposefully and prosperously for all of us.
You know, sometimes when you listen to Tinubu, you actually feel, I don't think this man is actually our problem in Nigeria.
It's not.
Because sometimes when he speaks and he's shown his vision, like he put his vision out there very clearly for you to see. So it keep me wondering then, where is the problem actually coming from?
Because the positions, they are too much. They are too plenty. They're already posting the one they're not supposed to post. What about the time he's talking about how Nigeria can be better? Nobody's saying that.
Yes.
He has great policies there, but you know the problem is not the vehicle. It reads out his policy, like you said. We have a lot of sycophants around him who, if they say go and give Mary this thing to do for me in Abuja, they will go back, they will tell Mary to do something that is contrary because they want him to fail. They say because I sat down and I thought, I said, this is a man that ruled Lagos State without allocation for about 50 months. When Obasanjo, during the Obasanjo administration, when he had a fallout with the federal government, and Lagos, you imagine, almost 3 years, he didn't bat an eyelid. He was able to run Lagos State from IGRO. He didn't break. So I don't expect that this man would fail Nigerians, you know. But the complexity of Nigeria.
Nigerians are the problem. We don't even want to allow him work.
Because
just be ranting.
Even when he has this thing he has said, Mary,
this
from
man
what he has
is
said
educated.
now,
He understands how to improve
people
an
with
economy.
egos.
But we don't want to even calm down.
Yes,
that's the thing.
When you listen to some of his speech,
Well,
you can actually see it clearly. That
for Okonjo Iweala to come out, Okonjo Iweala is somebody I respect so much. For her to come out to say Nigeria is progressing economically, I believe for her to have come out, I wouldn't have taken.
We don't know. We think
from Okonjo Iweala to come out to say Nigeria is progressing.
It is.
Say Nigeria is
say
progressing.
That means
she
knows what she's saying. She knows what she's saying.
There was another video of him where he was saying he's trying his best. He's trying to make Nigerians understand that he's trying his best. He said, go and hold your governors accountable. I've tried my best and I've given them their share.
He said so.
I've given them. And now he's saying he wants to bring Nigeria to the forefront of the African continent. He needs our support. He just needs Nigeria to believe in him. But the point is, are we going to believe in him? Has he built that trust? Is he saying all this because he means it deep down, or it's just for the 2027? That is something we are not sure of. We can't say. But the man, with everything he's saying, I can really see clearly of his vision that is of the interests of the people of Nigeria, not for his own selfish interests. But I don't know why he's not putting on that play.
Yes, I mean, I agree. The only problem is Tinubu is only talking about one thing. And that one we no go see come up for where we did now. I know he's trying to work on the revenue generation and the allocation. So it is fair. That is the policy Tinubu is doing. Tinubu lacks productivity. I'm not the fear. You lack productivity, sir. And you are a total failure in my book. Everybody fitly praise you. In my book, now zero you be. But in terms of being brave in leadership, yes. All you need to add to your bet now is productivity. Wait, Tinubu. How can you be waiting for only tasks and then the next thing, oil money, in a land like Nigeria? Who's going to praise you? Me? Why you fail big time? You fail the generation coming. But if you just add that to this, we'll fly. We will fly. And this story now, you are sending us to go and talk to the governor. Why are you president? Why are you the president?
That was actually the video of was it yesterday? But this is a different video of him talking about bringing Nigeria to the forefront. That Nigeria is a great nation and will start seeing change. He said he's going to bring forth change.
Okay. Evelyn, let us not be deceived. There's one thing that can bring Nigeria to the forefront. What is that?
Productivity, to be productive.
Economic
to
prosperity.
Yeah.
Economic prosperity is the only thing that is going to bring us to the limelight. You see, you're not allowed to come to the UK. By the time we make more money, they will say, please come and spend holiday in United Kingdom. America is visa free to Nigeria so that you can come and spend your money there. You see, there is no other language. No other language to make you popular than to make money. See that decrease. But if I get plenty money, you go see how many women they don't follow me. Tell me how ugly. Can't see make I get money, you go see. No, you see, nobody look at your face. Nigeria need to make money so we can find our place in Committee of Nations. In the UK today, if those of them want to get money, they're not going to give them visa. Yes, they deny Dangote visa. Evelyn, you don't hear where they deny Dangote visa?
No. So that brings us to our next video of Nigeria, one of Nigeria's most influential businessmen. Yeah, he's an industrialist and a philanthropist, speaking on how Africa is a great continent and how we can actually be making it from what we have in Africa, which is our land, how we can be productive when it comes to making good use of our land. Let me play the video and let's hear what he said in it.
We must try as much as possible, to develop a workable local solutions to our local problems, which means that we have to start adding value, we have to start producing. Africa has 60% of the world's arable land, and we have the land mass, almost 30 square kilometers. We have the people, 1.4 billion people. So meaning that we're a huge population in Africa. So we really need to look inwards to be able to at least feed ourselves. So food security, as far as I'm concerned, is the most important thing for us. Because if, for example, we don't have that, it's going to be a problem for us. And 95% of our raw materials come in locally from Nigeria. So that is the beauty, and that is what I keep, saying in terms of, trying to look inwards, add value to what we have and process what we have. We need to concentrate on Africa to be able to do more, to be able to produce, add value, and invest. That is the only way we can actually develop.
Yeah, and he's right. From what he said in the video, is right. We have the land, we have the human power. When you come to talk about Nigeria, 60% of Nigerians are under 30. So we have the human resources, and we are blessed. We can actually make use of what we have. Speaking of food security, he spoke about it. I don't think we can be hungry in Nigeria if we actually make use of our land, to till the land. No one will be hungry in Nigeria if we're actually tilling the land. And when they say the land is green, the land is not just green. There is someone watering the land. There should be someone tilling the land and watering the land for you to say the land is green. Yeah, Nigeria is blessed with good weather and all that. We have good weather, rainfall. But where are we sourcing our food? If we are not planting, how are we going to reap? Because you have weeds everywhere. No grains to export. That's actually what he made, the statement he made in the video. That we have the land and we have the people. So we should make good use of our land and the human resources, the human power. We should make good use of it. And I support what he said, and that he has always been saying it in the show, that we should start being productive. We should make good use of our land, agriculture. We always preach that on the show, of how agriculture will actually improve our economy in Nigeria. And I'm in support of that, 100% in support of that. So, Dadike, this is your man. He has said it all. All you say in this show every day, the same thing he made mention of. This is Abdul Samad, as he has spoken about the great use and how we can be able to make good use of our lands in Africa.
Evelyn, I was looking at the Bible, and the thing that interests me is that there was a saying that there was going to be famine in other parts of the land except Egypt. So there was going to be famine in other parts. That was what Joseph saw, and they begin to prepare themselves with a lot of food ahead of the time. Do you know that famine will not happen in today's Europe? Let me explain this to you. The famine then was that there will be no enough rain to water the crops. That was why there was famine. Evelyn, today, we no more wait for rain to water crops. You see, the ignorance of our time, the ignorance of that time was not knowing how to water our own crop. Is that the case today in Nigeria? Can't we water our own crops? Must we wait for God to send down the rain? Send down the rain. Must we wait for that? That's what we are doing.
Even the rain has been falling. Yeah, we have rain. But what is the rain watering? Weed, because we've not planted. What have we planted? What are we going to reap?
May God help our president in Nigeria. We have failed ourselves, we failed our children, and the narrative is even the wrong one. It's a very shameful one. That the government is corrupt, this is this. Even Tinubu will not be allowed to fail before he fails. So before Tinubu comes, it's very unfortunate. It's one of the most unfortunate presidents because of the way the election went. Before he came, we already know he's a bad man. Now he's here, nobody gives him benefit of that. And I'm not going to feel sorry for him. I don't feel sorry for Tinubu. But my concern is the Nigerians. Once we accept somebody, once he's sworn in as president, you can go to court and do other one. But when you swear, you allow the person to survive. Because if he fails, you are failing. Our destiny today is not going to change. It's in the hands of Tinubu's government that he's supposed to pilot it to whatever it is. We either work with him or we help him to fail. In that case, we are the one to suffer it. That is on one side. Maybe I'm not the one to think well of Tinubu. I don't even like Tinubu. I will not vote for Tinubu in 2027. The reason being, Papa, you're not productive. How many times I go speak again and again? That man may be telling us now how we're going to be productive. Evelyn, how do you want to compete? How can you say this how is done in America? This how is done in the Western world? It cannot work like that in Nigeria. Every society have their own structure. Let me tell you this. You know, the government will say, "Oh, in Europe, what they will do is they will increase the exchange rate. I mean, this thing, and it will affect everybody because every single person in Europe it have some kind of loan. Our houses, our mortgage, so it will affect every one of us. So when you talk of government throwing some government rate, it will affect everybody. But in Nigeria, 90%, only 70% of us don't have anything to do with the bank. We don't do anything with the bank, even it's just to keep money there and take it back. So whatever exchange rate, we don't have mortgage, we don't have anything in Nigeria. So whatever you do, you're punishing a particular set of people. It affects those who are going to do business, and the bank is not going to take a lot of commission. That is productivity. So you cannot compare the policy here with that of Nigeria. You look at your society and think, if this works. Why I'm saying this is this. Nigeria is not yet matured enough to say private people will drive our economy. They don't have the manpower or the resources to drive it. Only Dangote could save the country once in a while because he can set up a refinery. But these are jobs that actually states and local government can do better. Unfortunately, the state is telling you that, no, we're creating an enabling environment for business. Which business is in Delta State that Obodo is constructing bridge for? No, make us speak pidgin. Which business that in our place when that bridge won't come here? No, I'm not just a talk. More explain to me before we end the show. Evelyn, Macha, which business is in Delta State that we need bridge to boost? You're creating. No, I'm doing this for the business to.
Most of these bridges is to link communities into the city, where some of these market women, business people should come in with their goods, their products to the city to make sales. There are so many communities that people take boats, they go through the waters just to get to the city. So I think some of these bridges is important as well. We can't just say
the question is, yes, before you talk of this one, is the government also supporting the production in those places? Because you are telling me that the local farm, that thing when I take cutlass do, now they create billion naira bridge to come carry. Imagine, are you not stupid? Imagine the level of productivity and the amount you're spending on the bridge to transport it. If you're going to do this, then you must first empower or work with those to make sure the productivity is high so that this can serve its purpose. Why are you creating a bridge for me to carry water of pure water? How can you create a bridge for me to be able to carry pure water? Of what use is that? For you to create a bridge, you must make sure that who is going to use the bridge is worth it. Now, what I thought with this? Thank you, guys. I will leave the show with you now. I think we've done enough for today. All right. So,
thank you.
All right. Thank you so much. Evelyn, I will let you close the show, okay, Evelyn?
All right. I think this is a good place to wrap up the show. We've come a long way. We've spoken enough. So we hope and pray that the government listen and change begin to happen in our great nation, Nigeria. Guys, thank you all for staying tuned with us. See you tomorrow on our weekly bulletin, where we do a recap of all we've said for the week. Do not forget to follow us on all our social media handles. On Instagram, on Facebook is SROTV Television, and subscribe to our YouTube channel as well. See you tomorrow, but for now, enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you.
Looking for a home away from home in Abuja? Look no further than SRTV Shortlet Apartments. Our fully furnished apartments offers everything you need for a comfortable and relaxing stay. Unwind in spacious rooms with exquisite ambience. Cook delicious meals in our well-equipped kitchen and relax in our comfortable sitting rooms watching your favorite shows. And guess what? 247 Wi-Fi available. But that's not all. SRTV goes extra mile by providing a car to take you around town during your stay. No need to worry about navigating public transportation or hailing taxis. Explore Abuja at your own pace. Book your SRTV Shortlet apartment today and experience the perfect blend of comfort and convenience. You can reach us by calling this number 070-6237-9915 or 080